Hello.
Welcome back. It's Sense of Direction. I'm Dylan.
I'm Kevin.
And yesterday was Halloween. So
Yep.
how was yours?
Well, I was good. I'm hungover right now, but it was a good night.
Was it a spooky fun time or just a fun
It was
time?
a spooky fun time.
Ooh.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I went to Frontier City, and it's been, I don't know, like almost 9 years since I've been, probably more. Hasn't changed a bit.
Nice. No new rides, no nothing.
No, I think they like renamed stuff. I think there actually was a new ride. It was giving like Carnival Claw ride where it like spins you up here and then spins you around.
I don't like those.
And I was like, I can't do that. I will throw up.
Yep.
So, but overall, it was okay.
I will say during the day, I did see a lot of dinosaurs. You know, the inflatable dinosaurs?
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of those. It was very funny.
That was fun.
They're pretty cute, especially when there's a kid in there.
Yeah.
They're just like walking around with it.
Yeah. I took a call outside yesterday here in the office, and there was a guy that was like in the Jason mask with like a
machete?
Yes.
That's scary.
And like for half a second my brain didn't like register that it was Halloween. So like I like quickly turned around and I was like, oh, it's Halloween, it's Halloween.
Today's the day.
And today is the day. So
It's funny.
yeah. Well, we are going to talk about what compounding interest is and how it can work for you, as well as a little against you in terms of like debt. I found a good example that I think kind of shows you the progress of how it works. So I'm going to ask you a fun little question.
Go for it.
Would you rather get $1 million today, right now, or a penny that doubles every day for 30 days?
So I really need $1 million. So I'm going to take the $1 million today.
Well, if you waited the 30 days, it could turn into about $5 million by the end of that month.
It's another one of my bad decisions.
Well, I don't know if you knew how much, because I feel like when people hear a penny, they're like, what? No. But we have this fun little breakdown. So about on day 15, you get about $100. I think it's a 163. And then you cross the $1,000 threshold about 3 days later on day 18. And then you become a millionaire on day 28. And then the 3 days after that, because
You're a
it kind
multimillionaire.
of, doubles
Wow.
up. Yeah.
Wow. So I guess we can talk about what compound interest is.
Yeah.
And like
seems
the
a
actual
little
term.
confusing.
Yeah. I mean, compound. When I think about compound, I think about like an actual compound. I don't know why.
Cult doomsday compound?
Yeah. But I mean, compound interest is basically interest on a loan or a deposit added to the previous balance, which in turn increases the interest paid in the following period.
Yeah.
So
it basically, you're earning interest on both your original saved money and then the interest on top of the original amount, which, okay, that sounds a little confusing. So basically, the original amount that you put in then gets interest added. So then that kind of makes that total get a little bit bigger.
Like a snowball.
And then it just kind of like grows and grows like that. Kind of think of like mad scientists. Like,
think of like a balloon or a snowball.
Yeah.
Or
I think
pumpkin.
snowball is pretty good too.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Because it kind of just adds on to each other. And I guess that is the compacting of the snow on top of each other. And I believe that's how that works.
I think that's a good metaphor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, there are different periods in which interest can be added to the balance. Interest can be compounded annually, semi-annually, quarterly, monthly, or daily. Just kind of whatever you set it to, or maybe if you had like a specific account, like an IRA, which we have a previous episode if you'd like to kind of learn a little bit more about how that works, and maybe which ones are best for you. There's actually a few different types of accounts that use compounding interest. We'll get onto that a little bit later, but right now we're going to kind of talk about the advantages and disadvantages. Maybe we should kind of step it back just a little bit and go back into
how you can calculate it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're lazy like me, some apps like Acorn kind of like do the math for you.
Yeah.
I know in Acorn you can like, it'll ask you how much you want to invest and how often, kind of like what you're talking about, and then it'll just show you like your potential, and like the more money you add, obviously it's gonna increase.
Yeah.
Or you can use the rule of 72, which that
if you want to do math.
Yeah, if you want to do math and crunch the numbers. Basically, if you divide 72 by your rate of return, you find out how long it will take for your money to double in value. I'm not going to go with that example.
Yeah.
Just because
we got another one.
I'm terrible.
So basically, we'll use a little bit of a bigger number. If you invested $10,000, which compounded annually at 5%, it would be worth over $40,000 after 30 years, accruing over $30,000 in compounding interest. So you put in $10,000, you set it, forget it. The interest over the next 30 years gets you up $30,000. So by the end of that 30 years, your $10,000 is now $40,000. I really hope I said those numbers right. I think
you did.
Okay,
you did.
I didn't say 4,000. 40,000.
It's funny because you're the one who created this, and you're like,
well,
I hope I said that right.
My brain will.
Too many zeros, man. That's what happens whenever you're making so much money. Is you get lost in all the zeros, and
you get lost in the sauce, as
get
they
lost
say.
in the sauce.
So there are some advantages to compounding interest because of that exponential growth that kind of works without you having to do absolutely anything.
Is that what the old geezers talk about, making your money work for you?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense now.
Yeah, it's I would say probably the easiest way to kind of build your.
I wish they would have taught me this in elementary school. Actually, I think that's when we need to teach this. In elementary school. Don't give me a piggy bank, Dad. I want a fucking Roth IRA.
Yes.
That's what I'm gonna ask for Santa.
Yeah. Honestly, the amount that you put in doesn't really matter. It's really the time frame in which you have it. So the earlier that you start, the easier that it works for you. Because there are examples online where you can see like person A puts in $10,000 when they're like 20, and then over the next 40 years, how that works, versus someone who started maybe 10 years after that and put in, let's say, like 20,000. Person A still, theirs goes exponentially further than the person that started with more money initially. So time here is your best friend. And you don't have to start out big because like we said, it kind of compounds.
To start with a penny.
Yeah. So
I don't know about any disadvantages. I mean,
I feel like disadvantages really kind of works in the side of like how debt works with interest. So it can kind of creep up on you if you
100%.
were only paying off your debt amount without incorporating the interest on there, because then that interest just keeps building and building, and like your total doesn't really move if you're really just paying one portion of like the minimum payment that we talk about. I think we had an episode where we kind of talked about when we talked about debt, where if you just make like an extra payment a year, you significantly like cut down the time that you have to pay back that debt, whether it was a loan or credit card debt or anything like that.
I will say right now, my Apple Card is coming biting me in the ass because I kind of forgot about it. I forgot that I had purchased some things on it. Well, because like with the Apple Pay, like it always goes to the Apple Card first, and then I have to like manually go to my debit. And so like I was just like buying shit, and I thought it was on my debit, and it was on my Apple Card.
Yeah, I struggled with that because I just figured out how to use the Apple Wallet, and I know I was late to the game,
Dilly.
and it is actually so much easier. But I put my Cash App card on there because I got Cash App in college because they were really pushing it to like college people because
I'm always
Venmo was really
I'm always
big.
scared to get those cards. But so it's just like if I sent you $10, it'd go onto that card and you can just like
Yeah, exactly. It's like Venmo, except you can get an actual card. And I actually don't know if Venmo has their own cards too.
Yeah.
But Venmo, when I was in college, someone tried to take $5,000 from me, and I definitely didn't have $5,000 to give.
What do you mean?
They like requested me to send them $5,000, and then they were like, "Hey, like you have a balance that you never paid." And I was like, "I don't know this person, and nor do I have $5,000. Like, what are you talking
Venmo
about?"
called you?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it took me like 3 years to get them to cancel my account because the first 3 people that I talked to were like, yeah, we'll cancel it. And then I was still getting like, so-and-so requested money. And I was like, I don't know these people.
That's weird.
Yeah. So I have I don't like it Venmo. But I also know people think that Cash App's a little sketchy. So,
Really?
yeah, I guess people like have this, what's it called? Like a predisposition or like a bias. Yeah, they think it's used for drug dealers. So I was like,
I can 100% verify that Cash App and Venmo are used for drug dealers, so there's no.
But
And
honestly,
cash.
I just use it for like if I wanted to pay for like food or something, because then I can see it a little bit easier. Which after doing my budget from last month, I spent a little too much on food. I kept being like, I need to go to the grocery store. Well, I'll just go like tomorrow and I'll get something. Don't fall into that trap because guess what? Just go to the freaking grocery store. Just go.
Yeah.
And if you really don't want to go into the store, Walmart has free pickup. So you just have to like pick a time to go.
Yeah.
So,
but some of the fun thing about going to Walmart is looking at all the people.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of miss the experience.
Yeah. The Walmart that's closest to me is the Belle Isle Walmart, which I used to go a lot when I worked at the mall. Well, hey, man. When I worked at the mall, there were several days in a row where I had to go because the store that I worked at, we had to buy fruit and stuff for our smoothies and chocolate chips. But back-to-back days, someone was stabbed. Like in the Walmart. I was like, okay.
I did see somebody get arrested or... Okay, yeah, you might be right. That one ain't the best.
Okay. But back. So there's a couple different
accounts,
like types of accounts that work with compounding interest in your favor.
I've heard of CDs.
You have? Okay. I had not really heard of that.
Only because my brother said he like opened up a CD. Which a CD is basically a type of savings account in which you deposit a fixed amount of money for a set period of time. I mean, but...
I feel like that's just kind of regular.
I feel like CDs are like old. CDs, bonds, like these are all...
Yeah,
they just remind me of old people.
Yeah.
I've heard of bonds, but...
Yeah. I've heard of bonds. I heard people buying bonds and then they give you like a sheet of paper or something.
Yeah.
But if you did not know what a bond is, they are another type of compounding interest product offered by the government and corporation entities, which sounds a little scary. But when you buy a bond, you lend money to the bond issuer for a fixed time period at a specific interest rate, and then you can cash that bond in. And basically get that money back after.
Why do I feel you have to have a decent amount of money to have for bonds to make sense? I don't know who would want to borrow my like $500. Like I don't think a bank would be like, let me borrow $500. Maybe like $1 million.
Yeah, maybe.
You know.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I do remember that like being a thing in media where like grandparents would buy people bonds.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, "Oh, what? I got a bond," but then like later they'd be like, "Oh, shoot! Like this actually worked in my favor."
Let's see, mutual funds. So mutual funds are a good option for long-term growth, since your money is spread across investments. There is low level of risk. Funds.
I think mutual funds are basically like like dealing with like the stock market, so they kind of like
I feel
instead
like
of one.
I feel like a Roth IRA is kind of the same though.
Yeah.
Like you choose your investments. You choose where the money you're putting your like. You choose where the money that you're putting into your account goes.
Yes.
That was a fucking tongue twister. So yeah, you kind of like that.
Yeah, it's basically not putting all of your eggs in one basket, because especially in like the economy, we don't know what will happen. So it's good to kind of spread them out in case anything else does happen. Now, if you don't want to worry about any of that, I think maybe just a regular like high yield savings account, IRAs. We would recommend a Roth IRA versus the regular one.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the other one.
I think it's just.
Is it just an IRA?
I think it's IRA. Yeah.
Okay.
OGRA.
Yeah.
IRA.
And we have an episode about IRAs and 401ks if you'd like to dive a little bit deeper into those concepts.
We should call them ERAs. ERAs?
ERAs?
ERAs. Instead of IRAs, just call them ERAs.
Oh, yeah. ERAs. But then people wouldn't know what wait, I don't even know. No, I don't know what the IRA stands for anymore.
It stands for I know retirement and accounts in there. I don't know what the I is for. Individual retirement account.
Oh, okay, yeah. I feel like we knew that.
I had to save you, or else you're gonna get made fun of online.
Yeah.
Like, look at this girl.
But anyways. I would say the most important things to remember about compounding interest that works in your favor is to start early, even if it's small. So don't worry about like, oh, I only have $50 or I only have $100. Put that in because, like we said, it snowballs and grows as time goes on.
Yeah. One thing that helped me was automating, like, because I have Acorns. I have an Acorns account, and I did it daily. So I think it was like $10 a day that I would just do it, and I wouldn't really think about it. But I also budgeted into my budget because like I was like, this is how much money I'm wasting on shit that I don't need to waste. Like if I look at my account and it looks like I don't have a lot of money, but like that month, the money that I don't have is actually like in my Acorns account. Like I'm like kind of like trying to trick myself in a sense. Yeah. But
it's better than because that is setting you up for later. Yeah. Versus like me, who spent a little bit too much on food last month. I would have much rather, however much I spent, I'm not going to disclose, that going into...
I think I spent like $400 or $500 once in a month by myself, and I was like, all right, dude, you got problems.
Like, we got to chill. And then, reinvest your dividends or interest if you'd like, but just don't pull out any of your money, because you might, 10 years down the road be like, oh, wow, this is actually a lot. But hey, man, if you let it sit for another 10 years, it would be like so much more. Yeah. So we say, let it cook.
Yeah, I like how you put that in parentheses. Let it cook.
Let it cook. And then there's also different compound interest calculators if you are interested in figuring it out. We did mention the rule of 72. That's kind of the old school way, mandatory. What's it called? No. There's another word for it, but I'm not gonna dig too deep because I don't know off the top of my head.
Crunching the numbers?
No, yeah,
Kicking
but
like
for like an old like a tried and true method. Like, I feel like there's another, I don't know, man. This is what I'm saying. I don't know. But the rule of 72 is basically the, like, manual, like, you want to do it old style. Old style math. But now we're in the 21st century, so there are lots of different online calculators that you can do.
Just ask the ChatGPT.
Or even just like get the Acorns app, like you mentioned. Yeah. Because it can you can mess around and be like, okay, well, if I put this amount in, how much will that be? 20 years, 30 years, 40 years down the road, and you can just kind of like slide it around to like see what you're getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully that helps. Just like we say, like it doesn't matter, like it's a long game.
So like don't worry.
Which I think is a pretty big rule in investment or investing. That's usually it's like a long.
And
long
even
game.
if it's just like $10 a day or $10 a month, whatever, like you're still investing for your future.
And I think we talked about it in, I don't know what episode it was, but we're talking about, it was like the 5, 10, 30 year, or the ladder method or whatever. Yeah, this is like think of it like 30 lifetime goal. Like, don't think about it like yearly. Like, I mean, you could also do yearly, but I feel like at that point you'd probably just want to do like a regular savings that you can just be like, oh, this is how much I save in a year. Like I can use this, but aside from your actual investment savings accounts,
just save a little now, and that will be more later.
Yeah.
So I feel like this was kind of quick.
Yeah, we did go through that pretty quickly. I was not expecting that.
It seemed like a lot.
I mean, it kind of is a lot. I think it's the numbers that kind of.
Yeah, the numbers were a bit. But I think we kind of covered it. That's like the basics of kind of how it works. And if you wanted to deep dive on our other episodes about kind of different investment accounts and 401ks, what's the difference? We have those. And just, start now and think about save your future self down the road,
Yeah.
And also, if you're 18, younger than that, whatever, just start. You start at 18, wow, your like 56-year-old self's gonna really love you, even if it's only $5 a month. Because, hey, man,
I'm telling you, I wish I knew this in pre-K.
I know. I wish, And can you set up accounts for kids?
You can. Yeah.
Okay. Then, hey, maybe you're an adult who has children.
Yeah, I'm one of those like late. If you're talking about person A and person B, I was person B who waited like 15 years.
Well,
So
I feel like this type
I'm gonna
of
set
stuff
my kid up though.
Yeah, it's not talked about enough, which is why we're trying to start the conversation a little bit more, make it a little digestible for people who have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
So just know that we're all kind of in the same boat.
We're all in this together. Is that from High School Musical? Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know where I got that from.
But, I only remember the clap. I think they like shake their heads. Okay, have a good day. How